Well, here we are again for another short update. I say in quotations because I always draw things out longer than they need to be, so let's just get into this. I have been on summer break for a couple days now, maybe more than that, actually, technically. And I've gotten around to doing some things, so let's talk about that. If you watched my daylight savings video where I turned all my clocks forward for daylight savings time, which I won't be turning them back for winter time this year because the United States has completely eradicated the whole little daylight savings mumbo jumbo that we do every year. So, less content, but it's, honestly, I think it'll be better for us. Anyway, this Virgin Foliage clock was not included in that video because the original weight that was driving this clock, it fell off. The white string that was holding it on to that paper clip broke, and I hadn't got around to fixing that string. And I remembered I had that cuckoo clock weight laying around. Believe it or not, that weight was on the chime side of an OG clock, or an Ogie clock, however you want to pronounce it. It was on the Sethbury Water Thomas, that marriage clock. And it was the perfect weight to actually power this thing. So it's been going really strong ever since I put it back in. Keeps very good time for the ancient design that it is. That is a 13th century clock design. Late 13th century, early 14th century at least. Also, this is another clock that was not included in the daylight savings video. That's my Popo cuckoo clock. It's finally back up on the wall. It took me several months of procrastinating and suffering and anguish and agony, but I did manage to fix it. It's all good again. It's running. It's been quite the hassle. So I've made quite a few mistakes when I first restored this. I left the old bellow tops on, which never do that because clearance issues, and the bellows won't lift high enough to give you a nice solid cuckoo sound. I'll let you hear this now. It sounds much better than before. Yeah, so it's all better, and it's working again. So, das ist gut. And where the Maya cuckoo clock once hung is the Hermley Ravensburg. Because, to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of dealing with communist clocks that aren't wristwatches. Or these things. If I'm gonna get another Maya cuckoo clock, or a communist cuckoo clock at all, it's going to be one of the older ones with the brass movements, because, God, that steel-plated movement was awful. Anyway, this one is where it was now, taking its place, and I really don't mind. And speaking of communist wristwatches, I have one coming in from Spain. It's a Vostok with a date window, so that'll be fun. I'm not a wristwatch expert, but I will make a video on it just for fun, because it's a neat little piece and it looks nice and all that. But other than that, not much is going on. Not much else has changed, so that's pretty much it. You're up to speed. The Popo's back, the Virgin Foliate's back, and the Hermley Ravensburg is where the Mayak was. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. This was drawn out longer than I wanted it to be, but whatever.